So before I got done cutting this seam, I just wanted to make a point about this. I don't know that a lot of people will know this. A lot of people will straight edge or whatever. Anyway, anytime you're seaming this speckled carpet, you can see it's got all kinds of different colors. There's a real light color right there, a medium brown, a dark brown. Well, you need to, wherever your first row that you run on the first piece don't really matter. Let me go ahead and finish cutting this and I'll show you what I'm talking about here, okay? So, it don't really matter where you cut it, you just got to make sure that you're, feel free to use it. So, anyway, wherever you cut your first piece, you got to make sure you cut your second piece there, because watch this. Watch as I pull this apart, okay? Watch this. See the dark colors there, light color, a medium color, medium, dark. Now check this out. Completely white. So, had I not cut in the right area and got these darks on both sides, like whenever I row cut this, if I cut this and left these dark pieces right here, I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast, if I left these dark pieces on this piece whenever I cut it, it's going to be real bad. This seam is going to stand out like a sore thumb. So you got to make sure that whenever I cut this piece, I got to make sure that it's all white, just like that right there. Okay, I just wanted to point that out, because if you get those dots together, it will stand out like a sore thumb. I didn't know. Straight edging is out on this kind of carpet, okay? Just wanted to point that out. Okay, so the way I want to figure out how to start this, that way I make sure I keep the brown here and the white there, because I want white on this one because I had brown on the other one. It's real simple. I mean, you can just push these back like so, as far as you need to go down. Fortunately, I can see one right there. So what I want to do is stick my row runner in right beside that. Let me move this other way just a little bit. Okay, let's do that. Let's see if that's good. I'm going to do just a little cut. See if this is going to turn out white and this is going to turn out speckled. Okay, there it is. There's the speckled ones right there. And there's the all white right there. That's how you do that. That's what we want. So that's going to be perfect. As we can see here, we got a gap here, overlap there, and a gap down here. So you might wonder, what do I want to do? Do I want to get the center right where it's overlapped and then pull the gaps in? That's a negative. You always want to start with your carpet all the way together. And if it's overlapped, it sure is a lot easier to pull the carpet in rather than to push it out. So I would rather myself definitely have it overlapped rather than have a gap in it. Like I said, it's just a lot easier when you're working the seam. See, that's even overlapped and there's a gap right here. So I'm going to raise those up, that way it don't hit. And I'm going to go ahead and close that gap right there. Okay. Now it's all puckered up and everything like that, but that's okay. This part right here is perfect. And so long as we got the shallow spots, the parts that we're not touching, we're all good. I'll show you how I take care of them parts that are overlaid here in just a second. And ouch. One other thing, we have all that tile I'm working to up there. So just so that you notice, the carpet is laying that way. If at all I can, I will have my carpet laying toward the tile if it's any way possible. I would much rather have it laying toward the tile because it's just going to be a better finished look rather than when it's pushing to the tile rather than pulling away from it with the nap going the other way. So always try to work your carpet laying down to the tile. Okay. I'm going to do this entire scene on camera, but I can speed it up once I get started, and I'll show you guys just how I take care of those high spots right there. Okay, so let's take a look right here first. Okay, and how I had that to hold, I usually just stick it right there on the strip. Okay, that's good. See how this is? That's just a little snug, so I'm going to go ahead right off the bat. Push that out just a hair. Okay. There we go. Now when that comes in, that's going to be perfect. Okay, notice I got my iron on just a little bit over 2. According to the backing, it will change with the different kinds of backing of carpet. You can run 3.5 or so on some soft back. Thinner, cheaper carpet, you even want to go lower than 2. Just a medium grade carpet, you can go with 2 or 3. There, once again, I pull my tape forward so it's not sitting on the strip, because if it was on the strip, it would not melt right there where the strip is. So after it's had the time to get melted, like right now, I'm going to go ahead and set it back on the strip. Now push it forward. See, that's got a nice melt to it right there. I'm going to look straight down, make sure my red line is in the center. That way my tape is centered in my seam. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this down there. I'm pulling my nap back with my other mashed thumb there. Anyway, okay, so this is a little bit tight right there. So what I want to do, I'm going to take my kicker right here with my left leg and push it. But if I just keep doing that all the way up, it's going to cause, say if I was working a pattern or something. So I just want to take the tension here and push straight right there with this, with my left hand, okay? We don't want to push it off like if I was doing a pattern or something, okay? If you keep doing that, you're going to be way off when you get to the end, because it's actually going to pull it to an angle if you just keep pushing with your left leg there, okay? So just take the tension and then push straight with your hand. I'm already pushing. This is still, watch this right here. I'm going to work these down together at the same time. Still just a little tight right there, so I'm going to take my left hand, pull it apart, rub them flush, okay? Then once I get them flush, I can push on that bubble right there and it tightens it right back up. Again, before I even get started pushing this, I'm going to go ahead and push that. Get this right where it needs to be here. See, that's all good right there. Now I already got the tension off of it, so when I push this, it is still a little tight, so I'm just going to do just a little, push straight out and take that bubble right there that it creates from pushing with this. See how it puckers up right here? That lets me know the backs are together, so that's perfect right there. I don't even have to look and see if there's a gap or not, because I know it's not, because I peaked up. Again, I'm going to lay them down in there. A little tight right there, so I'm going to push apart. And it's a little loose right here, so I'm going to take this bubble and push right there. Okay? Go ahead and roll that down. Push that in as I'm rolling this back here. Okay? that's going to hold this in place as I was pushing this part together. Every now and again you want to check just to look at your lines, make sure they're still in the center. You want to make sure you keep your red line or whatever line your tape has on it in the center. Some of it's got black and white or whatever, but keep your lines right in the center of your seam, okay? Look at that big old gap right there. Watch this. There we go, see that? Okay, run that down. Watch it. Watch it right there. See that? It's still there. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this up. Push that right together. There we go. So we'll take care of that. I'll show you in just a second that that is good. Okay, I'm pushing my seam together. Right there, rub it. Now when I do that, I'm not just rubbing it to make it blend in together. I'm actually feeling with my fingertips. I can feel if it's overlapped or if there's a gap in it. The way I push, I'll show you in a second. See, it's already getting off the way. I keep pushing it that way, so I'm going to scoot my tape over a little bit. I'll work it over right here. Okay, now watch this. Watch how I rub it. We'll make sure it's all good first. Okay, now it's all flat. Now, see that? My point? I'm right on my seam there. Or I can do it like that. I can feel if there's a gap or if it's overlapped just by rubbing it with my fingers, or even back and forth like that. You'll see me do that a lot. You'll be able to feel it if it's got a gap or if it's overlapped by doing that, okay? Start working my tape over a little bit. See a string like that? Wait until the seam is pulled before you pull it out. You pull it out right now, you're going to pull some glue out with it, and it's going to get on your carpet nap, okay? So just wait about pulling all your little threads out unless you catch it before your iron, before the tape is melted.